Okay, so I had one of my subscribers by the name of Rick Malone 270 ask me what is the difference between scrolling on a track like this and zooming, and I thought that was a really good question. I'm going to go ahead and scroll toward the door now on our dolly system. And move back. And now let's zoom. Now bear in mind I'm using a DSLR camera. Now these do not have a smooth zoom. This is like a point and shoot photograph camera, so when you zoom it's kind of ugly looking, but I'm going to go ahead and zoom, so I'll show you guys. See how it's not smooth? But when you're zooming, all you're doing is you're making the image bigger. Whereas, take a look at the pictures on the right and left hand side, particularly the left side, because the picture on the left side, see how it stays the same shape? You just see the thin, you know, since you're looking at the picture at an angle, it looks thin, and it looks thin throughout the entire shot, right? Well, now when we push up, watch the picture on the left hand side get wider as we get closer to it. See how the picture on the left hand side is, look how wide it is now. So we're changing the perspective of the picture itself, so we're changing the three-dimensional image of it. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay. Now a better way to illustrate this is to basically say, as most shots in a movie are, they're not exactly straightforward. So let's just angle it the tiniest bit this way, and now watch the change in perspective, particularly with the picture on the right hand side. See how the picture just gets bigger, right? And all the perspective changes of everything in the picture, right? And now let's angle it a little bit more to the right. Sorry, I gotta loosen my tripod to do this. This is usually stuff you don't see. This is like between the scenes kind of stuff. So now we're pretty much at a 45-degree angle filming, 45 degrees to the right. Now watch the perspective change. And back. Picture gets skinnier as we move back, gets wider as we move forward. And then last but not least, I might as well show you a 90-degree. There's a 90-degree angle. Let me try to get it perfectly 90. There we go. Tighten everything down. Let me refocus on the wall here. Make sure our focus looks good. And here's a 90-degree angle. And back. And one last thing that Rick had mentioned was, you know, he's like, nobody looks at a ceiling and stuff like that and blah blah. I mean, it's true, you typically don't just want to shoot a stupid white empty looking ceiling. However, when you're outside and there's trees up top, then that's actually a really cool scene. There's a movie called Miller's Crossing where the opening scene, they're shooting on a dolly system, and they're going through a forest, and you're just looking at these trees going by, and it is quite a cool, dramatic type of a shot. But, you know, lots of times you'll see a scene like this when somebody's laying on a stretcher in a hospital bed and they're wheeling him into the emergency room and he's looking up, right? I mean, there isn't a guy in an emergency bed holding a camera looking up. There's a guy, or, you know, there's a cameraman on a dolly pointing the camera up, or it's on a tripod like this pointing up. And, you know, it's always from the perspective of whoever we're looking through, whether it's the audience or whether we're looking through a character's eyes. So these ceiling shots actually come in quite handy lots of times. Anyway, so I hope that answered your question, and talk to you later.